sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We talk outdoors every Saturday morning for 90 minutes, based out of ESPN 790 right here in Memphis, Tennessee. But all you good folks out in Brownsville on 1520 AM and FM 95.3. And, of course, our good folks in Jackson, Tennessee on News Talk 101.5. We're going to go jump right into this, what I call the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. And we're going to jump in on what I think is the number one story, which I've written for this coming Sunday in the Commercial Appeal is my top story for 2018 is chronic wasting disease. And, folks, you folks out there know it is CWD. And we've been trying to stay abreast and give you all the information we can. And so we're really happy to have with us this morning to kick us off is Chuck Yoest. He is the TWRA CWD Response Plan Coordinator. And Chuck has been on the show before. But, Chuck, I know this has been busy times for you, right?
That's exactly right.
Well, you've got you guys have come up and you're having a meeting Tuesday night in Bolivar at the Bolivar Middle School. And just give our listeners out there a little taste of what's going to happen Tuesday night at the Bolivar Middle School.
Yeah, so it's going to be some information that's shared to educate hunters and other folks that show up about chronic wasting disease, and then also to educate the public more on the agency's response to finding it in Hardeman and Fayette counties, and then just further explain some agency actions that have been taken as far as regulation changes and such in response to the disease being found there.
And you will be there. Who else is coming?
Yeah, the main presenters for that night will be myself as the CWD coordinator, and Dr. Dan Grove, who is the UT Extension wildlife veterinarian.
And you folks, not only will you present some information, but it will also, you're going to have the opportunity to answer questions from the audience.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the most valuable parts is to find out, what people are wondering and just take those questions and inform people the best way we know how. And
Bolivar Middle School being the location is primarily because we're talking about Hardeman County, and Bolivar is the county seat for Hardeman County. We're also talking about Fayette County, which is right up the road on the western side, and then on McNairy County, whereas even though a deer has not been found there, one of the deer that has been confirmed of the 13 came close to that county line, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
And so right now, Chuck, let's talk just for a few minutes here because this is an information, and we try to present the information to the people out there. Some of the questions that maybe you guys have been, what's the reaction to the public over this from your perspective?
Well, my overall impression is that people just need more information. They don't know a whole lot about chronic wasting disease, and they just want to know more. They want to know how they can help, and that's one of the biggest things that we hope to accomplish through these interactions, specifically the public meeting, is just growing the partnership with hunters, because they're the solution to managing chronic wasting disease effectively. So that's my overall impression.
And Chuck, I know that we're talking about these 3 counties, and we're really close to what you call that extended season in these 3 counties, which would be, is the way I understand that the extended season would start at the end of the regular season here, which would be this Sunday, and then the normal for all the rest of the counties would be the antlerless deer hunt for the following week, and then the youth sportsman hunt will still go on these other counties, and yet the counties that we're talking about, they will have their own season, so to speak, where they can kill X number of does and 1 antlered buck. So explain to my listeners out there this extended season and what you hope to get out of it.
Well, I'll reframe the way you described it and just refer to it as a new season.
Okay, so that sounds good.
In the three counties, Fayette, Hardeman, and McNairy, there's a new season that will start January 7th and run through the 31st. It allows 1 antlered deer to be harvested, and then unlimited number of antlerless deer. So that's kind of in a nutshell what the season is. The goal is to increase the harvest there, and subsequently do more chronic wasting disease sampling. It's real important that we find out how much chronic wasting disease is there.
Yeah.
So we're looking for a prevalence rate, and then also we're looking in the area where we know it exists for prevalence, but we're also looking beyond that to see if there's areas outside of what we already know where there's chronic wasting disease. So that's a lot of the that's a lot of the rationale for why the new season was created.
How did the last weekend go, Chuck? On the first weekend of bringing your deer to have these samples taken at certain locations, how did that go?
Well, it went remarkably well. I'm really proud of how the agency has responded. It was incredible what was accomplished, considering the short amount of time that we had to prepare. But we had 12 check stations active in those counties, and hunters brought deer in, and we checked them in electronically, and did our data management regarding the samples all electronically, and people just did a good job, whether it was the hunter or the agency staff that was involved. It was just really, really professional, and I'm really satisfied with how that went.
Good. And so that's again this weekend, right? Saturday
That's
and Sunday.
Right. That'll
at the same location.
That'll go 4 more weekends. That's right.
So,
now, hey, something important to realize is that those locations can change. They've changed a little bit for this second weekend, and so people need to watch our website closely for that.
And that I know that website, the special one, it's cwdintennessee.org. Is that right?
Well, just CWD in Tennessee, and that'll get you started, and you'll find it from there.
Okay, and it'll have the list of places to take them then. So, and
yes, sir.
And then a lot of these people now, you do not have to get your deer processed at that location, right?
That's right. All that we're doing there is hunters are required to come there to check in their animal.
Okay.
And they're not even required to provide a sample, but we're hoping to get all those samples and are. So that's the circumstances. But no, they're not required to process the animals there. So
they can have it sampled and then take it to their regular processor, right? That's not on the list. Once it's been sampled.
Well, it would have to be within one of those 3 counties.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it would have to be within one of those counties that you're doing it. The turnaround time on this, as far as if a deer is sampled and it is confirmed to have CWD. How long does that take before you know exactly that the deer that you turned in does have CWD?
Well, we're looking at about a 2-week turnaround.
Okay, that's
currently,
good.
and want to improve that, obviously, but there's only so much within the agency's control to shorten that period, because we've got to rely on a lab and such to do the analysis. But so my recommendation is that hunters go through the normal motions of processing, and that if they want to, I recommend that in these areas they get their deer tested and that they wait on those results. And we're in the process of finding out exactly how we're going to communicate those results and plan to expedite that.
There's so many questions, Chuck. I know that, and they keep popping up, and I appreciate that you have the answers there for these questions, because there's a lot of there's just so much information out there. Sometimes it's overwhelming, and then you get on social media, and I recommend people don't read social media during this time, okay? Just go to the TWRA Facebook page or whatever it might be. Chuck, thank you, buddy, and hope to see you at Bolivar on Tuesday night. And, folks, I will tell you that Amy Snyder will be on next week's show to wrap up what happened there. And, Chuck, anytime that you need to be on this show or anything, you're always welcome, buddy, okay?
Thank you.
All right, have a great day, and I bet you go to sleep with CWD on your mind. I don't know if that's good
right
or bad.
Now I do.
I know you do. All right, Chuck, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you. All right?
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks. All right, let's take a break, come back, and introduce our co-host who've been anxiously awaiting here to see what they have to say. And one of them was whistling in earlier, but you knew who that was. Be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.